everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to the first EurohooPOD, Eurohoop's official podcast episode of 2024. As usual, I'm Antonis Stroggylakis and I am joined by my great colleague Cesare Milanti. Hello, Cesare.
Hello, guys.
And, our first guest for the new year is actually one of the best EuroLeague three-pointer shooters of the previous decade. It's 46% actually career three-point shooter in EuroLeague. That's pretty impressive. Former EuroCup champion, former All-EuroCup first-team selection, long-time member of the Finnish basketball team, seven-time Finnish Player of the Year, actually. Petteri Koponen. Petteri, hello.
Hey, hello, and Happy New Year also, and good to see you guys.
Petteri Koponen, who you are in Helsinki right now.
Yeah, or actually in Espoo. We are living here, but it's like 20 minutes from downtown of Helsinki, so that's where we live right now.
So, Petteri, tell us about your current whereabouts. What are you doing? What are you occupied with? And what are you going to be occupied in the upcoming months?
Well, I'm getting into that coaching thing. Last year, I had first experience. The Adidas and EuroLeague asked me to do the next generation tournaments, and it was great opportunity and experience, and I really enjoyed that. And now they actually asked us to do it again, so we're gonna have our first tournament now, end of January in Podgorica. So I'm happy to do it again, and it was really, really fun, and having chance to work with some of the best talents in Europe. So it was really great experience last year. So I'm gonna do it again this year also.
What is it like for you coaching these young kids and coaching possibly the future of basketball?
Well, it's like I said, I really enjoyed it. I like the same. You as a coach, you get similar feelings like as a player, during the games, up and downs, when the team is working well, we made something what we practice, what we work for, you really get good feeling. And then at the same time, you also get frustrated many times. And I really like that, the feeling side of coaching, and just be part of the basketball again. But at the same time, working with the young guys and in this kind of concept is a little bit different. You are just there for a few days. You try to put something together, try to put the players in the same page, and then we play. But, like I said, it was great experience. And it's the best thing now. After that last year, it's funny to see where the young guys are and how they are doing with their clubs, and we'll see how they do in their future. And that's I think the most interesting part with that project.
I have a curiosity, Petteri, relating to young talents, considering the fact that right now, unfortunately, he got injured and he will be sidelined for 4-6 weeks. But if I'm not mistaken, you coached against Nikola Topic, right?
Yeah, I still remember that game in Belgrade, and it was overtime game. We played really. I think we played well, but then the Red Star came back. Then we lost in the overtime, and I think Topic scored like 49 points. We played good defense first. What I can say, 3 quarters. Then he started to show his talent, and I watched also the game. I saw something happened with his knee, and I hope it's nothing serious. But that's amazing young talent.
Well, as you know, as an offensive-minded player, you know very well that there's nothing you can do when a player goes off. As young as Topic is, like, we try to do different things. We try to also double him, but he always seems to be doing the right decision. When to give the assist, when to do split, when to shoot, when to penetrate. It was just amazing, and how he understands the game at his age is impressive, and just overall things what he can do on the basketball court. It was really, really impressive. Now you got your first taste of coaching. Was it did the taste good enough for you to know to realize? I don't know if you realized it before, that you want to pursue it professionally in the future on a bigger level.
Well, it's something what I'm, really interested, but at the same time, I know how hard it is, what it means to be a coach, and I know myself if I wanna jump into that coaching immediately, how much time it takes, how much, because I also want to do it in the right way and best possible way. So at the same time, I don't think it's also fair immediately to my family or my kids, my wife, to jump straight into that coaching job. But we'll see. Maybe it's something what I keep in my mind and try to, watch a lot of basketball, get experience. Now at the same time, I'm also here in Helsinki. There is the Helsinki Basketball Academy. I'm working there with the young guys in the high school, trying some skill work, try to teach them, and it's also great experience. Try to give something back for the Finnish basketball and try to help the young guys. But we'll see in the future. Definitely, it's something what I might be interested in the future.
You talked about the Helsinki Academia, and I wanted to ask you this in general. It's something that also many people don't know, and many people might be curious about, because they see the Finnish basketball team in national competitions. They see many people supporting the Finnish basketball team, thousands traveling to be with the team. And I'm wondering, what's the situation in Finland regarding the development of young players, basketball infrastructures, the youth teams? Should we expect some 2 or 3 Lauri Markkanens in the future, perhaps? Or am I too optimistic?
Well, it's hard to be that there is new Lauri. Lauri is special case, his generational talent. He's one of the best players right now in the world. What he's doing is amazing, and I'm just happy for him. He's in the right system. They know how to use him, and he really exploded in the NBA. And we knew that with our national team, what he could do, like in the practice, in the games, we saw it every day. But it just took him few years in the NBA to really blossom out and really show what he can do. And it's just been fun to watch him now, especially last year, now also this year. He's now getting back in shape after the little injury, but he's doing amazing. But overall, the Finnish basketball is going forward. We, like I said, we have this Helsinki Basketball Academy. Then we have other like academies in different places in our country, and the clubs are working really, really well with the young guys. And I think we're gonna have bright future in basketball, and you can already see it. Our youth national teams are doing better job than back in the days. Our men's national team has found the level in the last years, and I think overall the Finnish basketball is looking future of Finnish basketball is looking good.
And you talked about Lauri, of course, as a generational talent, of course, NBA All-Star. Do we have some kind of process in which there's a before Markkanen and an after Markkanen? Like the sport has become more popular with him taking the spotlight, especially in the NBA. Do you feel that way?
Well, definitely. And for me, it's been fun to be part of that journey, because when I went to the national team, we were playing in Division B, and there was 1,000 people watching our national team games in small gyms. And then I still remember we beat Serbia in some qualifications. There was 1,500 people in the gym, and it was like nothing happened. And now I can say 15 years later, every time our national team plays in Finland, the gyms are full, 15,000 people, 14,000 people. And now there's Lauri, the kids are following him, media is talking about basketball more. Our national team has been, found a place in the local media, and basketball has, risen to the place where it should be.
Talking a little bit more about Lauri specifically, in which kind of aspect do you see more his growth? Also, maybe off the court, being maybe a mentor for the future of the national team, and also the present from his early NBA days?
Because essentially, Petteri, you were there since his beginning, since he began his journey. You were there. You followed every footstep.
Yeah, I think, like I said, the talent was always there, like what we saw in the practices, in the games. But I think it's just mentally he found his place, his confidence. He found the right system where they know what he can do, and mentally it showed also him that he can be one of the best players in NBA. And after that, he never looked back, and he just continuing he's knowing what he can do on the court and against everybody. And it's just amazing what the guy, his size can do. He's very versatile. He can shoot it outside. He can go inside. He can handle the basketball. When he gets the rebound, he can push the ball, run the break, and it's just amazing.
And of course, Lauri was there both in EuroBasket when Finland made it to the top 8, eventually losing against Spain in the quarterfinals, and in the latest FIBA World Cup, in which there was a little bit, I would say, of a disappointment with that early elimination. What do you think went wrong in the World Cup?
Well, I think it just was bad tournament for our team, or not bad, but like there was the high expectations for the team that they could do much better, and then there's a lot of changes, a lot of some new guys, younger guys, and it was just not the result what everybody was hoping for. But I think still the core of the team will be there next year, and they're gonna be much better in the future, and they're still young guys growing up. Okay, of course, me and Sean Huff, we left the team after the EuroBasket, so they were missing maybe some veteran players a little bit to try to keep the team together. But at the overall, I say, like I said, the future looks good, and as long as Lauri plays, there's always chance to win.
And you talked about Lauri, but we may have also an up-and-coming, perhaps, star for Finland. I'm talking about Miro Little.
Yeah, well, Miro is, a very talented young guy, but now, I hope he just finds playing time in Baylor now. As his first year, he's, trying to get his role back in the team, or find his role and get more playing minutes. But he's really talented young guys, and like I said, the future looks bright.
Because that's the thing. If you already have Markkanen, and considering that Lauri is just 26, he still hasn't reached his prime. He has many years ahead of him, and Miro Little is probably the next big thing for Finnish basketball, unless there is a player we don't know that you want to tell us. Do you see these two possibly becoming the two-man force that Finland needs to make the extra step to the next level in an international competition?
Well, definitely. And there's like I said, good young core. Then we have Mikaeli Antunen playing now in Paris for yes. Tuomas Iisalo, and Oliver Nakamura, playing in Michigan. But like there is some good pieces for the national team. Really, like our big guys now, I can say they are like modern type of big guys. Everybody can, shoot outside. They are very mobile, versatile. We have Alexander Madsen now. He actually just signed in ACB with Andorra.
Yeah.
And our front line is looking really impressive. But like you said, maybe something we need next, the point guard, and Miro. I think Miro gonna be the guy who gonna lead the team and makes everybody's job easier.
You talked about Jantonen, who's playing in Paris for a Finnish coach, Tuomas Iisalo, who's doing great. We're going to talk about him. But in general, we don't see, after you retired, we don't see Finnish players in EuroLeague. We see some Finnish players in the Basketball Champions League. There's Sasha Salin playing great in the Basketball Champions League with Tenerife. But we don't see many Finnish players in EuroLeague and EuroCup. Why do you think is that?
Well, yeah, it's first of all, it's not easy to make it to the EuroLeague. It's great league, great. I think second best league in the world, and the EuroLeague level is really high, and it's not easy to make it there. So I really hope one day again we will see Finnish players there. and we'll see. Maybe it's with the Paris. Maybe they're gonna get to the EuroLeague soon. Maybe next year. Maybe year after that. But and then Antonis gonna be there. But it's not easy to get there. And as a foreigner, always you have to produce something more to be part of EuroLeague team.
So we touched a little bit on Antonis and on Paris. So let's talk about Tuomas Iisalo now. Do you believe is a EuroLeague head coach ready right now? Because according to my opinion, yes. Honestly, I don't know about you.
Definitely, I think he's ready, and he's doing an amazing job during his coaching career now. First with Kreisheim, then with Bonn, and now with Paris. And I'm just happy for him. He found great project there in Paris. They are doing amazing job this year again. Many players wanted to follow him from Bonn, and it also shows that the players appreciate how he's working. And I know he's very, very tough as a coach. He demands a lot. The practices are hard. You have to stay focused all the time, but at the same time, you see it is working, and the players are really, really, buying in to his system, and it's working out. And like I said, we'll see if it's next year Paris going to be in EuroLeague or year after that. But I definitely think Tuomas is ready for EuroLeague.
So you talked about the system, and especially the part of bringing a lot of players from Bonn, like DJ Shorts, for example, to Paris. Of course, you know him more closely. So can you drive us through his system and through his personality a little bit more?
Well, I knew Tuomas from maybe 20 years back. We play actually in the same club here in Espoo called Honka before I left to Virtus, and then we played also a few games together with national team, and so I have known him many years, and he's very analytical coach. He knows he thinks he knows exactly what he wants from his players, from his team, and he's very demanding, and it's his style. But like all the results shows, he knows what he's doing, and I can say he's the I don't know, one of the best upcoming coaches now in Europe, and it's just been amazing to follow. And one thing what Tuomas always told me, like, you can't, out coach bad recruiting, and if you want to be successful, you have to find the right guys to your system, what you want to play. And that's when he took 5 guys from Bonn, or I don't know how many exactly, but anyway, close to 5 guys. I think it just shows he knows how to use those guys. He trusts them, and it makes everything easier with that when you have something to build also from the past, the players know what he wants. So it just makes everything easier. And then the new players have to, buy into the system, get used to that. And overall, they just try to run really, really fast-paced basketball, and play high-paced and shoot also a lot of trees. And they have 2-point guards, or actually TJ Shorts is running the show. Then they have Hifi who can create also a lot. So it's been just fun team to follow this year.
One extra impressive thing for Paris, they are 12-1 in EuroCup. Everyone sees the results. It's also their offense. They're averaging almost 100 points per game, which is pretty insane for European basketball, EuroCup, for a team to score almost 100 points per game. It's not easy. No matter how fast your rhythm is, your pace is, it's not easy to have a team that scores so much and so well and be a winning team at the same time. As a player and as a coach, as a guy who played a few years ago and he's just beginning his coaching career, is it more fun also for the player to play is it easier for them to buy in this kind of system that allows them to score, to produce?
I definitely think so, for sure. And the players, when that's one of the biggest thing also, like now
the difference between coach and the player. Players always want to think the game through the offense. How I can maybe score basket, how I can help the team, what I can do in there. And as a coach, you think also more like at the defense, how we can get the defense work, so we have opportunities to run fast break, get the results. And of course they are playing tough defense, so they get the steals, rebounds, and after they have chance to run the fast break. And like I said, they run really, really well the fast break, and then also at the same time they have guards who can create good shooters. And like I said, they want to shoot a lot of 3-pointers, and they are doing it well. And like I said, really fun team to watch. And like you said, how the offense is working, it's unbelievable. And I hope they can do it until the end of the season.
Well, then we'll have a Finnish coach in EuroLeague, definitely.
Yeah.
Moving to Virtus Bologna, one of the teams for which you played during your career. We're talking about one of the best teams in Europe currently. 14 wins in the EuroLeague, second place in the standings. What's your opinion on such an impressive season so far from them?
Unbelievable. I think nobody believed that Virtus could do this and be second in EuroLeague, especially then, Scariolo leaving the team before the season, then Luca Banchi coming there, our assistant coach Lassi going there, and just looking overall what Virtus has done. And now I can say this first part of EuroLeague is just amazing, and it's been fun also to watch their games, how they are really good as a team, especially. And the Banchi has done very well. He knows how to use his players, and then the veterans like Belly, like Daniel Hackett. It's been amazing. Ife is hitting every clutch shots, and it's just the confidence as a team is amazing, and they never give up fighting. Shengelia has been like MVP, and it's been amazing just season for them, and we'll see now how they can do the second part of the season.
And you mentioned Lassi Tuovi being the assistant coach of Luca Banchi. We talked a little bit about Tuomas Iisalo personality and system. Do you see some similarities between them, or do you see a different approach in Lassi, considering also his role with the national team, of course?
Well, of course, like in basketball, every coach got their own philosophy and how they see things. But at the same time, I think the Finnish coaches, all of us, it comes from our natural habits that all of us are like really hardworking guys, and they want to do their job really, really well. And I think Lassi is one of those guys also, like working really, really hard, trying to study the game, watch everything what there is to watch, and even sometimes too much. But yeah, they got similarities. But at the same time, also Paris and Virtus, they run similar offense. I can say this flow offense, or how do you call this, like with the four corners and this top pick and roll system. Like, of course, they both got different kind of also options from there, but they run similar offense through the players. And then at the same time, you see the coaches, how they use their players different way, how to use like Bellinelli as one of the best shooters ever. So how Banchi is using him, putting him in different options and posting up Shengelia or like this. But at the same time, there is the same like this offense is similar Paris and Virtus.
And after Virtus, you went to Khimki, where you won the EuroCup in the 14-15 season. What do you remember about that season, also playing alongside Tyrese Rice in that team?
One of the most fun to watch teams, I believe, in that we have seen in a EuroCup. Honestly, it was spectacular team.
Yeah, like you said, we are really, really good team. Not only me and Tyrese, but we had also Marko Popovic, then we had James Augustin, Paul Davis. We had a lot of, Sergei Monia from Russian national team. We had great players, and it was fun years
and like I said, every year we had very strong team, and I'm just happy we had a chance to win the EuroCup, because it's never easy to win something. And that year, everything just clicked, and we were able to win the EuroCup and go back to the EuroLeague. And it was fun year, amazing. And Tyrese, after that, we went back to Barcelona also together, and then it's another topic, a little bit unfortunate topic, but it was, especially that Khimki year, was really fun.
That's what I wanted to ask you, basically. That Barcelona year in 2016-2017, Barcelona signs Tyrese from Khimki. They sign you from Khimki to keep that backcourt that worked so well at Khimki Moscow after that EuroLeague season with Khimki in 2015-2016. Then they have already Justin Dolman, they bring Victor Claver, who had a great season with Lokomotiv Kuban. They bring Claver's coach, Georgios Bartzokas, who had a winning history in EuroLeague. They have veterans, Juan Carlos Navarro, of course, Stratos Perperoglu is there, Ante Tomic. In theory, on paper, this is a team that should win something, that should go far in EuroLeague. But okay, they had some injury problems, as I remember, pretty well in the beginning, but nothing worked for Barcelona that season. Why do you think?
Well, yeah. Personally, that part of that, those 2 years in Barcelona, personally for me, is something what I really, I don't know, looking back, like a little bit like, I don't know, regret, but it's just bad luck. Like you said, in Barcelona, we had a lot of injuries. Personally, I was in the car accident, almost died, and then came back after I was supposed to be out 3 months, but because of all the injuries, we had some specialists. They told me that I could play after 5 weeks. So basically, I practiced just 1 or 2 times with the team and went back to playing. And I was, okay, some games I was playing well, but I was never at the level where I was maybe a year before. And it, like you said, a lot of injuries, and the team wasn't working. And the level in Europe is so high that if you are not good, you just sign names, but the team is not working, you don't have a chance. And it's not only that year in Barcelona, but you get every year you see some teams got good players, and it's just not working out. And it's part of the sports. And also at the same time, it's also beauty of the sports, because it's not that simple that you always just sign the names and you're going to win everything. And it's just, you need luck, you need chemistry, you need everything to work out well, to have, some success.
You talked about the car traffic accident that there was. And I had to also check it again to check the exact date. Barcelona released the announcement on 19th of September, and then you debuted in EuroLeague this season. In the 4th round, it was a game against Bamberg on the 28th of October. And you said before that you almost died. So how did that happen? I mean, you have the car accident, and almost on 19th of September, almost 1 month afterwards, you returned to action. How was that for you? Do you think that was faster than it should have been? Do you think that perhaps the club, I don't know who, perhaps you rushed things in that department?
Well, yeah, like I said, definitely it was bad luck. We just finished the preseason. Actually, I think if I remember right, we were in Athens. We had this tournament there, and we flew back. Then we went to celebrate a little bit with the team, have the team dinner, like celebrate the preseason ending, and then at the same time, I was going back home, and some drug driver hit my taxi, and I don't remember nothing. Next day, I woke up in the hospital, and I got 16 stitches in my head. And lucky they told me I was using the seatbelt in the taxi, because usually I know many times I didn't use seatbelts. Now after that accident, every time I step in the car, I put that seatbelt on. Yeah, I put that every time, and it saved my life. And after that, I was just fortunate to be able also to play basketball again. And but like I said, first diagnosis was the doctor told me like, okay, around maybe 3 months you can be back playing. But then we actually we have this Formula One driver specialist like with the head trauma things in Finland, and I was consulting him, and we talked with him if it's possible. We did some tests, and after, like I said, after 5 weeks around, I played the first game because we had a lot of injuries, and I think I practiced one time with the first team. Before that, I think I did the one practice with second team to try to get some basketball rhythm, but it wasn't easy because almost 3 weeks just laying in the bed, no cell phone, no books, nothing, just letting your brains to rest. And after that, playing basketball, it wasn't that easy. Everything happened so fast. But like I said, it's life, and I'm very fortunate. I'm okay, and I was able to play basketball. But it was fast to going back to the court.
And during those years in Barcelona, we saw a young Sasha Vezenkov, his early days in the EuroLeague. Back in the days, did you see some sparks of the talent that eventually would have taken him to become the EuroLeague MVP with Olympiacos, or it was something that came later on after Barcelona?
Well, yeah, I saw the talent, and especially I think with Sasha, the work ethic was there. He was one of those players who always after practice, staying there to shoot the ball. I remember we had many shooting competitions, and I have to give credit to Sasha that he was one of those players who I sometimes lost. I definitely won most of them, but sometimes lost to Sasha. And after now a few years, he's showing how incredible good shooter he is, and unbelievable season last year in EuroLeague, going to the final, and unbelievable. And now I just hope he get the opportunity in the NBA to show what he can do also there.
And Georgios Bartzokas was the coach that brought you, actually wanted you to sign with Barcelona. And okay, that season, that stint of him in Barcelona didn't work, but he was coming from a successful year with the Lokomotiv Kuban. They went to the Final Four. He had won the EuroLeague with Olympiacos, and he has been the coach of the year now for 2 seasons in a row in EuroLeague. What do you think of him as a coach? Because to my eyes, when back then I remember, whoa, he signed Koponen. Koponen is a Bartzokas player. He's the guy who's perfect for his system. The guy who shoots the ball, who goes through the screens, who does so many things in offense. So what do you think of him in general, in his style?
No, I always liked Coach Bartzokas, how he's playing, how his teams are playing, trying to share the ball, playing together, but like I said, it was just unfortunate, season because a lot of injuries. Then players are coming back from injuries. You try to always, teach them the basic things, and it's very hard to develop the game throughout the season when guys are coming back, or you have to sign new players, and the teams are never developing and don't find the chemistry the right way. And it's just, how it is. But as a person, as a coach, he was always, correct, trying to support his players, trying to use them, how he sees the basketball, and nothing bad to say about Coach Bartzokas, great coach and doing great job again now in Olympiacos.
You won things with Khimki. You won things with Bayern when you were there. You won the German League in 2019. Okay, the Barcelona, that 2-year run wasn't particularly happy. I guess you played these 4 years at Virtus. You have great memories from there. On which team do you think that we had the happiest Petteri Koponen? In which team you had the most fun with? In which team you fared better as a part of the group?
I don't know. I can say like all of them. I was really fortunate to be part of great organizations, great teammates, and of course all the teams were different. But at the same time,
all of them. It's hard to choose. Every team is different. Bologna, 4 years as a young player, coming to Virtus is great. First year we had great ambitions. They signed our Boykins from NBA. We had Keith Langford. We had amazing team. Our goal was to make it to the EuroLeague next year. Then we lost to Treviso, and the budget went down for the next season. But maybe it was also good for me as a young player. I got the opportunity to show what I can do, and then in Khimki, it was the next step, playing EuroLeague. With great players, great ambitions to always win every game, and different culture in Russia, different city. And then, of course, Barcelona, it was like a dream come true. Everybody wants to play there. Everybody knows their history. And it was just unfortunate because then also at the same next year, I had this, I could say, crazy shoulder injury with my nerve. So step by step, also that, like it took out, like I can say, 6 months from that season. But it was just unfortunate time in Barcelona. But at the overall, it was great city, great, club organization. And then also in Bayern, I was, happy to be part of that, upcoming club in basketball. They are building their basketball now, and Pablo Lasso now is starting the new project, and they want to be also big in basketball like they are in football. So, like I overall said, I was lucky to be part of many great organizations.
You had also a kind of a vengeance game, that game against Barcelona when you hit the game winner.
Yeah, that was a tough game. I remember, and I remember we had the last offense. They told me, "Hey, Kop, take the ball," and I said, "Okay, I take it." And luckily the shot went down, and it was great win.
Petteri, would like to thank you very much for being here with us, for being our first guest for the new year, for 2024. It was great. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me, and like you said, Happy New Year and all the best, and let's enjoy basketball.
Thank you, Petteri.
Thank you, Petteri. That was Petteri Koponen, a Finnish basketball legend who is going to coach again, as he told us, this year in Adidas Next Generation tournament with the select team. Petteri, I don't know how you say goodbye and Happy New Year in Finnish. Can you please share it with us?
Kiitos ja hyvää uutta vuotta.
Oh my God! This
what you said? What you said? Just what you said.
This is too much for me to. I mean, you have difficult names to pronounce, but this is even more difficult. So, okay, I will say just farewell in English. So, farewell, Cesare. Thank you once again for hosting this EurohooPOD, and to our viewers, you can find us in YouTube as usual and on Spotify. See you next week. Take care and Happy New Year again. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Petteri.
All right. Thank you.